AI generated art, templates that you can directly edit, grunge textures, any sort of patterns or textures that you would like to apply can automatically be done. And then the mockups that you need for t-shirts or hoodies, those are also generated. These are some of the features within Kittl AI that I'm going to be covering today. And take a look at this, guys. This fishing design started out as a template, but I generated this fish completely with AI inside of Kittl. I'm not using Midjourney. I'm not using Dolly. I'm using Kittl AI. So let's dive into this amazing tool. I'm going to show you all the different features. And by the end of this, I think you will see why Kittl is such a powerful tool for print-on-demand sellers and why it may benefit you as well. So let's dive right in. So let's say we like this template, and this is a template that Kittl provided us, and we didn't like the fish anymore. Maybe we don't want to cater to trout fishermen. Maybe we want to do some bass fishing designs. So I'm going to delete this other fish, and then I'm going to come down here to the Kittl AI tool. So whenever I click on this, it's going to bring out this menu, and I'm going to be able to type in bass fish. And then I'm going to select t-shirt graphic. Now there are a lot of different styles in here. Detailed drawing, kawaii icon, which would be pretty good for like stickers for TeePublic and Redbubble. You know, you've got silhouettes, you got line art, we all know is very popular in print-on-demand products at the moment. So there are a lot of different styles. I'm just gonna stick with t-shirt graphic, and I'm gonna generate a bass fish. So that's gonna generate over here on the left. While it's doing that, I'm gonna change the text down here. Instead of hooked on trout fishing, it's going to be hooked on bass fishing. And then essentially we're going to wait for this design to finish. And here's the fish that came back. Personally, I don't really think that looks like a very good bass fish. I'm going to regenerate again and see what we come back with the second time around. Now, one of the advantages of this tool of Kittl AI is that because this is all within the same designer, you don't need to actually upscale these images. You can just simply click and drag and the image will scale and not lose any sort of resolution. So here's the second bass that came back. This generation looks better to me. Now, one thing that you're going to want to probably do with your design is use the AI background remover. If you have a white background that comes back on your element, you'll want to remove that design. And again, it's just amazing how you can remove the background all within Kittl instead of going to Photopea or going to Canva or any of these other tools. You can do it all inside of Kittl. So I'm gonna increase the size of this fish. Again, it's that easy. I don't need to use any special tools. It can all be done right here in the editor. And then one of the really cool features I like about this is the image vectorizer. So inside of Kittl, you have this option to turn your image into a vectorized image where you can actually change the colors on it and make it your own unique image, and you can scale it out to many different types of images. One thing you can do is you can add object shadows, which is really nice if you're trying to help it stand out. I think I'll go ahead and add a small shadow. You can change the offset on that if you want it to be more dramatic or less dramatic. You can change the angle, the blur. I'm gonna make a slight blur. And then I really love how down here you can change the brightness, contrast, and saturation of the AI generated design. So if I turn the saturation all the way down, suddenly it becomes a black and white fish. Whereas if I increase the saturation, now we have a much more colorful design. And of course you can change the actual contrast. You can make it a low contrast image or a high contrast image. I personally don't think the high contrast looks that great. And then you can change the brightness. So you have tons of control over what the AI image actually ends up looking like, the shadows behind it, the color of the shadow. And then again, guys, if you want to vectorize this image, let's turn it into 4 different colors and let's vectorize this fish. And what this will do is not only allow us to scale this up and down infinitely without losing resolution, but we'll also be able to change the colors on this fish fairly easily. So see how there's a few different colors here now. We could come in here and let's say we don't want this brown anymore. We want to do some sort of green. And one thing that I really like about Kittl is as you hover over the colors, it's going to change and show you the preview of what it looks like. So instead of needing to actually change the color and wait for it to update, you can browse through different colors and see what looks best. Now, one thing that you can keep in mind is you can pull from the colors of a certain design. So if you wanted to pull from the specific colors of this fish and use it for your text color, for example, you could pull from this color, and that would be color number 1. You could change the bottom. You're changing each word fishing into a different color. So the next one would be maybe this blue. And then finally here, we could keep the black or we could change this one to maybe a blue. All right, so it looks pretty good. This gives you an idea of some of the things that you can do with Kittl. Obviously, you can change the fonts, the text fonts. You can distort them in different ways, angles, waves, arch, all the things that print-on-demand sellers need to design effectively and to actually create compelling designs that are going to make you sales and help you do so quickly. This is what you need. I mean, Kittl really has the full package, and it's all inside of the same editor. So let's go ahead and look at some of the text effects that you could put on this particular text. If we wanted to add some shading, we definitely could. And again, you just have so much control over your actual design compared to some of the other tools that I use, where unless you're getting into Photoshop and some of the more advanced tools, you don't have as much control. And when you're getting into Photoshop, it starts taking up a lot more time, whereas Kittl is streamlined. Kittl is going to help you create designs in probably 5 to 10 minutes. So make sure you do your product research, find a design and a saying and some text and a design that's working well, and then you can find a template on Kittl. Let me show you what I mean. If you go over to the home page on Kittl, you'll see all of the different templates that are available. Now, let's say you wanted to make a design that involved dog. Maybe there's a certain dog design that you wanted to borrow inspiration from and try and recreate and try and improve. Again, I always try and encourage you to find inspiration, something that's selling, something has data behind it. Don't copy what they have. Try and improve it, try and make it your own, make it better. And so let's say you found a design on Amazon, on Etsy, on a Shopify store. You can literally pick from any of these and edit them in any way you possibly can imagine. These textures that you see, the vintage textures and patterns, the grunge textures, those are so easy to apply to your designs. It's incredibly easy. So it's one feature that I love. And another thing, guys, if you come up here to tools, you'll see all different types of tools that Kittl has, but I want to show you the AI art feed. Now, this is a feed of AI generated images that you can actually use. So again, you could use this as a template. Let's say we liked this corgi vector design. We could just simply use the image. And one thing that I absolutely love about Kittl is that we can go directly to Mockups to actually download our Mockups and create our Mockups right here. We don't need to go over to Place It. We don't need to go to Etsy and buy Mockups. We can just do them right here in Kittl. And they have t-shirts, hoodies, candles, wall art, everything that you can possibly imagine, even tank tops, tote bags, pillows. And so, guys, if you don't have Kittl yet, you can get it for 50% off for the pro subscription with the code Jacob. And you can use that at checkout. Use the code Jacob and you'll get 50% off. But you can also sign up for free and get started today. You don't actually need the pro version to get started. See how a lot of these mockups don't have this little yellow symbol by it? That means that they're actually free to use, so you don't actually need the pro version. There's a link below where you can sign up for Kittl. It is absolutely free to get started. And if you choose to use a pro subscription in the future, you will get 50% off with code Jacob at checkout. So I don't think I've ever seen a design tool specifically catered for print-on-demand sellers. If you're serious about print-on-demand, Kittl is a tool that I would highly recommend you grab. Even if you're just on the free version, this is very powerful for speeding up your ability to create designs, create unique designs with AI directly integrated, and then get your mockups going directly inside of Kittl as well. So this is going to help you create more designs, list more products, and ultimately make more money in your print-on-demand business. So guys, join Kittl. There is a link below for that. And guys, if you are stuck in your e-commerce business or print-on-demand business, schedule a one-on-one call. We can look at your advertising, your websites, your Shopify, your Etsy, whatever it is you need help with. I would love to jump in and help you. Schedule a call. The link is in the description. And group coaching is also open. Every single week, we meet on Zoom as a group and we discuss everything that's going on in print-on-demand, what's working, what's not, marketing strategies, everything that I can't share here on YouTube that's a little more personalized. And of course, you also get access to me anytime you have questions about your print-on-demand business. Apply for that. There's a link in the description below. And if you're not in the free Facebook group yet, I share a lot of free resources, tips, and strategies there on the free Facebook group that I can't share here on YouTube. So I highly recommend you join that. There's a link for that in the description as well. Hope you have an amazing day, create something awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.